All right. Nothing broke, even though it sounded like it did. And here comes the bumper. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I had a nice intro film for today's video, but somehow it disappeared. It's not on my computer, it's not on my camera, I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown on what we're gonna do today. First things first, the gun arrived. This thing is gonna be a lifesaver. So for today's episode, what we're gonna do is an inspection and try and prep the car for the engine removal. We're gonna take off the wheels, we're gonna inspect the brakes, we're gonna pull the axles out, probably drain the fluids if we can, pull the bumper off, pull the headlights off. Just try and get everything prepped for the engine removal. I don't really know how far we're gonna get today. I'm gonna time lapse a lot of it so you guys could at least follow along. And I'll try and stop here and there just so I could explain a few things. But for the most part, everything is self-explanatory. All right, let's get this started. Let's get you guys a little closer. All right. So, brakes don't look that bad actually. I don't know if you guys can see very well. The light kind of sucks. Let's come from this angle. Yeah, brakes, pretty good. Suspension looks fairly decent. Nothing safety-wise that I see that's an issue. Looks like it has some coilovers. I don't know what those are though. Let me know. I can't really tell. But yeah, pretty much all we gotta do is get the axles out, take out the lower control arm, and we should be okay, but I don't think there's anything safety-wise that I'll have to worry about. So that's a good start. So we have the other side up. Oh. Once again, brake looks fine. You guys can see in there. Nothing crazy aside from some spider webs. Tie rod ends do not look the greatest. So you pull back there. But you know, we'll see if we can get away with it for now. All right, so I'm gonna go and take out the axle nut right here with that new axle nut kit I purchased. And then we're going to take off the lower control arms there so we can get access to move the axle out the way. We also need to take out the lower ball joint, it looks like. So let's get that started. I'm gonna time lapse that as well because it's pretty much straightforward. Then we can drain some fluids and move to other things like dismantling the front bumper and the headlights for some cleaning. Just a heads up guys, when you're taking off that lower control arm bolt, you will need a wrench, 17 millimeter, and the socket for the bolt is also 17 millimeter. There's a bolt that goes all the way through and a nut that ties onto this side. You're gonna need a wrench to hold the bolt and then put your impact or your ratchet, whatever you have, on the nut, and then you can wrench it out like that. Also, for the lower ball joint, there is a cotter pin. You do have to remove that cotter pin, and it is recommended to put a new one in when you put it back on. So we will remove that cotter pin. Best to use some cutting pliers. Those usually work best because they could dig into the old pin and kind of force it out. But we'll get that done, and then we'll take this lower ball joint out. We'll knock the axle out from the transmission. Then we'll do the other side really quick, and then we should be done. So I'm gonna show you something. I did a little noob thing. So you see the lower ball joint, right? It's out now, but it wasn't out before. And tried to hammer it out like a fool. And as you can see, it didn't go so well. I left some marks on the lower control arm, which is fine. It's not damaged, but lesson learned. Don't try and do things half-assed and wishy-washy and really wonky ways. Just go get the proper tools. I went to AutoZone, picked up a ball joint separator, just a fork, couple taps, and out it went. So make sure you guys get the right tools for the job. It makes your life easier and it makes less painful for suspension components. Whew, okay, it's finally out. You guys like that struggle? Because I didn't. But there's the axle. I'm gonna do the other side real quick. By real quick, I mean YouTube time quick, where you guys won't see it. And then we'll jump to the next thing, draining the fluids. All right, guys, so finally got the axles out. I put them over here. Now, they don't look too bad. There are quite a few seals. I think the axle seals on the inside are leaking. So we'll have to replace those. But other than that, we are axle free. I put the suspension components back together just to keep track of the bolts. And in case I need to put the wheels back on and push the vehicle out, which I probably will when it comes time to power washing the engine bay. But now, what we're gonna do is drain all the fluids, the coolant and the oil, and then we're gonna take the front bumper off and the headlights because we are gonna clean these yellow ass headlights later on. And then we'll see where we're at. All right, time for the time lapse. All right, this thing is still draining. It's gonna take forever. So while that drains, let's get the bumper off and the headlights. Let's see, I think we're gonna need 10, 12 or 10. So 10 for the headlights, and I think 10 for the bumper brackets over here on the side. I think we're gonna do the easy thing and start from the top. Got a little pry bar, pull all these out. Try and keep them together. All right. Now let me check this side really quick. Oh, this one has, so the other side has a clip, but this has nut and bolt, so. Let's see if this comes out. There we go. Perfect. This side is a clip, which I will need the pry bar for. Ah, right. Nothing broke, even though it sounded like it did. And here comes the bumper. That almost fell into the coolant bucket. That would have been bad. All right. So, 7 clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this one for the bumper, and then this for the other side. I'm gonna keep these together. This is what you call repurposing. One of the boxes. Bumper's off. Looks like the coolant is just about finished, which is nice. Let's get these headlights off now. Pretty sure it's just these 2 bolts, but I could be wrong. And I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. I think there's one here too. All right. Headlights. There's another one. A 4th bolt. And it's right over the coolant bucket. So I'm gonna take my time and make sure not to drop this one. Technically I could just slide it out, but sweet. We'll take this bulb out. And oh wow, that explains why my headlight wasn't working. There's nothing in there. Okay, well, we'll have to fix that later. Nothing. So these 2 are going back here, so I don't have to look for them when it comes time. That's just something I prefer to do, something I recommend. All right, let's get these off. You know, taking apart this Civic, it's actually pretty impressive how complete it is. You won't believe how many different builds and different sales I went to look at Civics when I was looking for one that were just like ransacked. Like it looked like half a car. This thing looked like it's never been really modified a day in its life. Aside from that massive intake. This one has a headlight. I thought it was just a bulb missing. Sweet. Headlight 2 out. All right. We got the coolant done. Close that up. Uh-oh. I think that was just a mosquito. That means we're done. Mosquitoes start coming out, I'm going inside. But let's get this cleaned up a little bit. All right, guys, so we got the bumper off, we got the headlights out. I think this is a good place to stop for today. Here is everything we've done so far. Bumper and headlights. I'm probably gonna have to figure out how to fix that passenger side headlight. And we got the wheels, the axles, all the fluids drained. There's all the turbo kit parts. It's fluids that I need to empty out. And yeah, I think got a good amount done today. Next up, we're gonna do is removing the AC system. I would love to keep AC, but one, I heard you need a special manifold in order to keep AC, which I'm not getting, and it didn't come with this kit. Also, the AC compressor is not working, so either buy a new compressor or get rid of the AC system. It's kind of a no-brainer. I will be keeping the power steering though. I just prefer to have power steering. I don't think it's wise to not have it. I'm not really building a race car. So we're gonna remove all the AC system. We're gonna start disconnecting everything. We're gonna get the chain attached to the motor, and hopefully on the next video, we can have the motor completely out of the vehicle. That would be fun. But other than that, I think I'm pretty pleased with where we ended up today. Don't forget, this is the Budget Build Series giveaway. So at the end of the build, we will be giving this Civic away to one of you lucky winners. All you have to do if you want to enter is just go to the website, our store, ratedgtr.store, and sign up to the email list. You also have to be subscribed to the channel, like, and comment on the videos. Now, you don't have to buy anything from the website, but it would be greatly appreciated if you just want to pick up some cool merch or if you want to support the channel. Other than that, the giveaway is completely free. There's no obligations to buy anything, and buying something will not increase your chances or your odds of winning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.